So this is a mod for the Village Paragon, and from what I saw, it's got a pretty cool concept behind it. So stay tuned while I go over everything that it does, but for now, we can go ahead and take a look at the menu page here. This modded concept Paragon is called Monkey Industry, which is pretty fitting considering the description. Hub of Monkey Industry. But yeah, reading the description, it throws specialized bots on the field. Tier 5 sacrifices enhance the Paragon's tower of the same type, but will consume everything that isn't a village. Also gives mega buffs. So I'd like to thank Warpason for creating this mod, and the way we're going to showcase it is in the boss battle. So this is Elite Vortex on Cornfield, and I skipped the first 60 rounds, just so you don't have to see the boring parts here. Now, looking at the money, of course, you're really far off of affording the Village Paragon, but the thing is, I still need to work on getting a good degree for it. So, assuming it works like some other Paragons, the money you make will affect the degree of it. So that's why I'm going to get a Monkeyopolis the moment I, well, beat Tier 2 here. So I'm just going to do a math for that. Keep it simple. But yeah, one of the main issues with the Village Paragon in the first place is the fact that, well, you can't really get pops on it aside from the primary expertise, but that's so hard to get pops on because you only have one tower and you can only do so much damage with that one ballista attack, right? So that will make it hard to reach the 16.2 million pops you need without Geralda, which unfortunately for this week's boss we don't have, so yeah, it's not going to be a very high degree, but hopefully we'll try to get as high as we can if we can, again, make some good money for the next 20 rounds, because I'm thinking of getting the Village Paragon by round 80, and as you saw in the description, yes, this Village Paragon mod does actually do damage, so I'm excited to see that one, how that does. But I guess while we're chilling and waiting for us to kill Tier 2, I can go over briefly the support part of the village. So taking a quick read, the Monkey Industry is a mix of Sun Temple, Engineer, and Monkey Village. I see. Taking notes from Ninja Kiwi's Paragon books, you know. Giving Paragons parts of other towers, yes. Anyways, as its description says, the Paragon throws specialized bots on the field, and more info on each sentry in a bit. But as for the support part of the Paragon, there's a 30% discount applied to every upgrade on every tower, which is pretty much like a true Sun God buff, like in between 1 and 2 support sacrifices of the true Sun God. On top of that, 50% more range, and towers in range shoot 170% faster, so yeah. That's the Sun Temple part of the Paragon. And we'll go over the sentries in a bit once we get the Paragon up. The way it's looking right now, we could probably just get the Monkeyopolis before we even kill Tier 2 here. So, I think the cost is bugged, 42,000. How many farms is this? 5, 8, 12 of them. Yeah, I don't know where the math adds up with this, but we'll just buy it anyways. Cool bug. And how much money did it make? Was that 2,900 per crate? So, yeah. 29k per round. That's pretty solid. Quick maths means that in about 15 rounds, it'll make us about 450k. Don't forget, Monkey City for even more money made to the farm. If it works the same way as both does, each money you make is equivalent to 4 pops when it comes to the Paragon's degree. So that would be about 2 million pops on villages, which is honestly not bad. Not bad at all. I guess in the meantime, I feel like we have enough money at this point, but I'll just fill in the rest of the space with 420s. 520 is banned, by the way, for this week. I guess since I have excess money too, we might as well just go for the thing that does damage. So here's a Monkey Ballista that will help us get maybe +1 degree with it, the amount of pops it gets. But yeah, don't forget that to increase the Paragon degree, you also need Tier 4 upgrades, or rather 100 upgrades total on villages on top of 250k spent on the, you know, the non-Tier 5 villages. But the thing is, I probably can't, well, farm that much money, even though I said I was doing pretty well in the farming game. So we'll probably just get the upgrade portion of it. Maybe it'll land somewhere between degree 20 and 40. But oh, also don't forget, we have to sacrifice Tier 5 towers in order to increase the potency of their sentries even more. Yes, again, the village has sentries, this mod. So as for precisely how this sentry portion of the Paragon works, well, let's take a look over here. So there's 4 types. You can sacrifice 5 Tier 5 towers each type. So if I want the maximum of the Village Paragon, I need to get 20 Tier 5s, which is a lot of money. I think the cheapest Tier 5 is like 15k, and that's only for one of them. So I don't think realistically I'm going to be able to get a max Village Paragon for Tier 3 here, but we'll try to get a couple of Tier 5s. But either way, there's 4 different types of sentries, and they're each linked to the category type. So primary, military, magic support. they have their own sentries, as you see here. But yeah, as I said, the maximum is 5 tier 5s, but of course, you still get bonus damage from having at least one of them. So let's go in order. So primary spawns the Solver Sentries, which slows Bloons down for 60 seconds, and a new sentry is spawned every 60 seconds. And what's interesting is that this is actually probably the first Paragon. Well, again, I know it's modded, but this one slows down bad, guys. Here's the formula to see how much it slows down by. So if I'm crunching the numbers properly, it appears that the max bad multiplier with a 100 degree and 5 tier 5 primary monkey is we get a 15% bad slow, which is pretty good, I would say, especially when, well, the default is 0 for literally everything else in the game. Sounds pretty broken to me. Now moving on to the group sentry. This one is magic. Deals huge multi-target damage for 60 seconds, and the sentry is spawned every minute. And it appears that you can increase the ability cooldown, the high degree, and the amount of magic sacrifices there are. So it looks like, yeah, there's an additional ability to it. Otherwise, pretty standard. Now, moving on to military, it's called a Big Boy Sentry. And it deals huge single target damage for 2 minutes. And it's spawned every 30 seconds. So it seems like the sentries go away, since they spawn automatically. It would be broken, of course, if they're permanent. So that's what I can only assume. And as for the last one, Farming Sentry spawns a money geyser for 5 seconds, and the sentry spawned every minute. So I guess that's a good way for us to make money. Incorporates the bottom path Monkeyopolis to it. That's a good way for us to, I guess, be able to afford a bigger Paragon, because I can buy, like, the low tier Paragon for this first tier. And then with the money I make, hopefully we can, I don't know, get a better one for tier 4 and 5. Anyways, it appears that I am poor, and I won't have enough money for pretty much anything, so maybe for this tier, I'm hoping the damage will be good enough that we don't need, well, additional sacrifices. So this will be basically the weakest Paragon I can make. On top of that, I lose my precious Monkeyopolis, which has been making us some insane money per round, so this money geyser better make us a whole lot. Actually, maybe before then, I should just drop a, maybe 1 tier 5 support tower. What's the cheapest one? That would be a Sentry Champion, but because of that, I have to sell 2 more farms. That's fine, that's fine. But anyways, here it goes, guys. Enough looking at the Paragon on paper. Let's see it in action. So first off, what degree? 24. I'm okay with that. Also, crap, I just realized. This thing also sacrifices the farms. Because it says in the description that it sacrifices everything. That's not a village. So we're gonna make a new Paragon over here because we don't get any extra power from sacrificing those BRFs, so yeah. What degree do we get this time? 25, hey. Restarting was good. So, here we go, let's drop it, and we should see, yeah, the 4 Paragons just spawn automatically, and that's a lot of money, holy crap. You know what, how much that was? I think we started at $0 because I basically went down to the bottom there. So that's pretty good, actually. 56k every minute. So now we gotta hope that this round lasts really long. And how's our damage looking, by the way? So this is the group sentry, the magic one. Let's use the ability. Oh, is it just a dark shift? Okay, that's pretty useless. How's our damage for the big boy sentry, the military Paragon? It's okay. Oh, I also just realized. Oh my god, I didn't put the sentry Paragon in rage, so I'm not getting as much money from the village Paragon. That's an oopsie, guys. That's definitely my bad. Honestly speaking, though, 50k per minute should be a very solid amount. Now, the problem is that this village Paragon is not that strong. It can barely beat Vortex. But that makes sense, because if it's a support Paragon, it shouldn't be doing as much damage as Dark Paragon, for example. So, well, let me see what I should do. I think first off, I should just go for the damage increases like the 502, this guy, and then Blue Storm. I probably should have put them in the village. Oh, I'm so stupid. You get a 30% discount. Anyways, I really hope we don't die here. So, let's just see if the damage givers will help us out here. Time to Dark Shift 2, by the way. It appears that the placement of the Village Paragon matters greatly, because I'm probably not going to be at this rate if it keeps stunning our towers. Luckily, I think that's at a good point where the big boys aren't getting stunned, which is important. Now that we got the support towers down, though, I think we're looking pretty good, and we should be able to beat it after we hit this last call here. Very cool, very cool. So, yeah, after we beat it, I think we keep the Village Paragon, because, like, 50k every minute is really good. We just have to make sure to stall the rounds, because it's not ranked, so it doesn't really matter. And then we can probably use the money to go for another one of the Village Paragons, or, sorry, the Monkeyopolis. So I'll be making double duty stacks, which is very welcome. So let me sell these towers here. You can only get one NG in this challenge, so I need to sell this entry Paragon here, or champion. But yeah, I see this so cheap. 9k from overclock. We should definitely make sure to get all of our towers, all of our, you know, next damaging towers close to the range here. Yeah, here we go. Here's another Monkey sacrifice. So I don't know if I want to get a new Paragon for tier 4 or I should just hold on to the money and get a big boy for tier 5. I think I'll probably wait for tier 5. Perhaps I should drop a makeshift Paragon down for tier 4. That'll probably help a lot. And also the slowdown for the Solver Sentry is also kind of helping us here. It's a nice synergy where it slows the balloons down, so the rounds take a little bit longer, therefore giving us more money from this. I wonder if we get any buff from Monkey City. I don't think so because it's a Paragon, but we can always check. Let's see, Money Geyser. Oh my god, it works, guys. 718. I think it's because the mini sentries that spawn actually get buffed by other towers, so that's unlike how the NG Paragon works, where the sentries could not be buffed, but yeah, that's pretty cool. While we're on the topic of the farming sentry, I really wonder if there is a cap in the amount of times it activates per round. It's like, for example, if that ceramic there was stunned indefinitely, could I have that geyser spawn, well, infinite money per round? Because that would certainly be really broken, but again, I won't do that just because that would probably make the rest of the game too trivial. But yeah, just putting that potential theory into your mind. Now, for tier 4, again, I'm just thinking Dark Paragon, but I could probably also get things that like just are in range of the village, because again, they get faster attack speed and they're much cheaper, so maybe we'll do damaging towers like ISAB as well, just to help out a little bit. So even after dropping everything I think I need for tier 4, we still have 700k left over, so we're in a really good spot. This Paragon is pretty OP in the money, I would say. Maybe a little bit too broken. Anyways, I should mention that Dark Paragon's absolutely broken for this run, because, well, the corn, like, the thing is, you don't want to remove the corn on left and right sides here, because that means the Paragon balls will all go into the lane there, getting all the damage onto Vortex. And yeah, as you see, we're pretty much gonna beat this no problem, because the Paragon just knocks it back indefinitely, and before it even enters, gets close to the towers here. So all in all, getting these extra towers here was useless, so we'll go ahead and sell them, and yeah, there's really nothing else I can do at the moment, because I'm pretty sure we have, like, enough money for tier 5 elite for anything else we might need. So yeah, GG's, and we'll see ya when tier 5 comes. I sold the Paragon, by the way, to get more pops on the village. Now, I also should mention that the slow on Moab's BFBs and ZMGs look to be even slower, because that ZMG looks to be moving at snail's pace. Right, also, we should be preparing for the strongest village Paragon ever, so remember, we need 5 of each category, so let me start by looking at the cheapest tier 5 monkey. So I know one is U-Jug, and I think the rest is Absolute Zero, Super Maelstrom, Tax Zone, and Glue Storm. I'm probably off by a little bit, but those are pretty cheap. I'll probably just get rid of the Brittle beforehand too. And now let's work on military. We can't use boat or sub because we don't have water unless we use pools, but without that, the cheapest is probably the 3 tier 5 snipers and then the 2 mortars over here. And now, magic. The 5 I picked are Archmage, Prince of Darkness, Grand Sabo, Grand Master, and Spirit of the Forest. Now let's work on the 5 military or support. I'm not sure if the other tier 5 villages itself count towards that count, but if it doesn't, we might not be able to get to 5 of them, because I can do 3 for the 3 tier 5 spike factories, but there's only one NG enabled this challenge, and that would have to be the Sentry Champion. So that would equal 4 out of 5, but that's fine. We don't really need money. It doesn't really provide anything more than money, like, you know, support, damage, none of that. So yeah, this is basically what we have to drop in the field in order to get the maximum out of the monkey industry. It's like we're playing the tier 5, every tier 5 tower challenge right now. And honestly, we can only hope that the real village Paragon, whenever it comes, will be as complex as this. Now, I just realized I messed up something. The towers are only in range of the Paragon I have dropped right now, not of the village that I'm going to end up turning into Paragon, because yeah, I have to sell this. And even theoretically, if I bought, say, I don't know, well, I have to go for this. I don't have an overclock, that's the problem. Because right now my 1 NG is on the Sentry Champion, so, this might have to be a mid-Vortex buy, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Hopefully, if I overclock it, there'll be a big enough range, but yeah, whoopsie daisies. Let's just go. The time we spend waiting here will probably be really fatal, so here we go, overclock. Yeah, not everything's in range, oh well. Gotta go now. What degree is it? Oh, I forgot to get extra villages too. You know what? We'll restart if we have to. Degree 36, that's pretty bad. But, again, we have near max sacrifices of the rest. Let me see how our damage is against Elite Vortex here. It honestly looks pretty bad. I mean, I know I didn't drop the Super Brittle or the Glue Storm, but still, that's really weak. We're definitely restarting this. And with that, I'm curious to see whether or not, if I don't buy Overclock, don't wait for it, do I sacrifice everything in range still? Oh, nice, I do. And with degree 48, nice. 48 just from those alone. So now, let me just go ahead and take my sweet time by dropping, first off, all the damage increasers, and then going on to probably dropping an extra Paragon like the Dark Paragon, because it seems like we need that for sure. Okay, I took a bit more of my sweet time here to ensure we don't lose tier 5. Have all the Paragons pre-dropped, bunch of Sun Avatars, and everything else, and yeah. Here's to hoping, guys, here's to hoping. And looking at the money gain from the geyser there, how much did I start with? Like 40k, so that was about 80k. Not as much as an increase as I thought, considering I sacrificed 4 tier 5s, but I guess it's better than nothing. And yeah, the damage is looking really good. But the problem is, how much things does it stun when it hits the skull? Because, yeah, it feels like with the buff to it, 80 range is massive. Looks like Dark Paragon was able to stave off. Same with the Ninja, right? Yeah, Ninja's fine. But everything else in the middle here got absolutely blasted. Bad news is we're not doing enough damage fast enough that when it hits here, it's going to get stunned. I think the Boomerang is able to be a bit out of range, right? Yeah. So I think we are in a spot where at least not all Paragons will be stunned at the same time here, which is good. But bad news is that things are getting far. Okay, and even worse news, we have no more damage. I repeat, no more damage on Vortex, and I think we're dead. We might get to the last skull, but we die right here, do we not? I'll keep Dark Shifting, by the way. Dark Shifting. Another Homeland. 3 million. Alright, 2 million, 1 million, the final million. I have another one. The magic spawns. No! It stopped attacking. Wait. Can I get a quick one? No, I can't. There's not enough time. No! That is so close, though. Holy crap. But I have to redo this yet again. Alright, surely third time's a charm. So this time I opted for the True Sun God, the Vengeful True Sun God. And I don't have the Boomer Paragon or Ninja yet, but with the money I make from the Geyser, which hopefully is a lot, I can get Ninja. Oh crap, I'm 5k off. Well, I guess I could sell the operations. I want to do this for the Door Gunner improvement, by the way, but I think Paragon first is more important. So here we go. Let's see how we're doing. Well, so far so good, but we just hit that point where every tower literally got stunned, so hopefully this doesn't end up killing me here. Yeah, I definitely shouldn't be clumping all my towers in the same spot here, but luckily, the further it gets, the better for us. Unfortunately, it just got stunned again. Well, here's hoping the Sun Emperor spam puts in work, because it seems like they're doing a lot of damage so far on their own. Yeah, actually, this is working very well so far. Gotta love those vengeful buffed Sun Emperors, am I right? And then here's another money boost from the Geyser here. And that should certainly be enough to take it down, right? Yep, there it is. All it took was getting a Vengeful True Sun God. I didn't want to get that initially, just because I thought Paragons would be enough, but nah. Nah, you need them. That buff is crucial to give these Sun Avatars just insane DPS. And here's the last million, last 600k. Here's the pop count of the Village Paragon, by the way. 17 million, that's actually not too shabby. Wait, that's actually the best out of all the Paragons. Hang on. Well, there it is, folks. That was a very long run, a lot longer than I expected to take, but yeah. Overall, I feel like this is probably one of the best Paragon mods I've played, just because of the amount of depth that's gone into it, even though it, you know, isn't a true village where it takes, you know, a little bit from the Super Monkey and the NG, but that's just copying NK. One thing I just noticed too is that it might have been the Vengeful buff on the mini sentries because they can get buffed, which is what caused us to do so much damage, because, yeah, I feel like the Village Paragon wasn't doing much for the previous tiers, but it did so much over here. That could explain why. But yeah, that is all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.